Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm down here trying to get footage today of this building. I'm going to do a little brief history lesson on it, as requested by a viewer. Not so much all that requested, but I was flying my drone first when I came down here. That was what the request was. So I got it above the power line there, and I started flying over the roof here. I wasn't too high up, and the power line's right above me here, actually. And all these pigeons and birds, these huge ones, swarmed my drone, attacked it, spun out, and it crashed over right behind that red car. It is completely destroyed now. It was a cheap drone off of Amazon, so it wasn't too terribly expensive, but still, I was learning how to fly. Now I've learned a really good lesson. A couple times I've been down here, these birds were coming after my drone when I was practicing. So now I know they will go after it, so if I see that, I can avoid those areas now. But anyhow, back to this building. F&S Brewery, formed in 1906, was located at the Commerce and Washington Streets in Shamokin, Pennsylvania. It was the successor company of the Eagle Brewing Company of 1854 to 1876. The brewery produced F&S beer and F&S ale from 1906 until the brewery closed in 1920 for Prohibition. The brewery reopened in 1933 and produced F&S beer and F&S ale until the brewery closed in 1975. From 1966 until 1975, F&S was owned by the H. Orbit Brewing Company. Fun fact, prior to Prohibition, the tagline for F&S beer was "Cultivate the habit, drink F&S beer." The original F&S brewery was called Eagle Run Brewery. It was located at the western end of Tarptown, hence the name brewery. Curved Eagle Run began operations in 1854. So now we're going to start digging into what happened and why this place is the way it is today. In 1974 came a voluntary bankruptcy. The brewery just kept fading away with time. With 100,000 barrels a year, I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's all they were producing by the 1970s. It could have been them selling it in the 1970s, the two entrepreneurs who made their money in trucking, not brewing, so that could have been a part of the process, in my opinion. Not 100% sure, though. But 100,000 barrels compared to the 160,000 barrels that were being produced in 1966, it's a big difference there. Like I said, I'm not familiar with the brewing and how the business works and all that. I don't even drink, to be honest with you. So, yeah, look at these random things that came from the roof right here. It's amazing how the windows are still somewhat intact there, but the rest of the building's just, yeah, you'll see here in a second. Back in 1939, when Shamokin was celebrating their borough's 75th anniversary, F&S was employing scores of people. There were 52 men sporting the distinctive leather bow ties of the brewery and a picture of the union members taken that year in honor of the occasion. So as I was saying before, after the voluntary bankruptcy of 1974, and the finishing fire was a year later, so 1975, this building caught a flame. Went up pretty big, as you see. This is all that's left of it. It's pretty sad to say, after all these years, that's what it still looks like today. It's just a haven for cats, and really not that much shelter for them, if you ask me. There's a pesky pigeons. You'll see in a little while why I don't like those rats with wings. That will be my brief history lesson on this building today. If you want to learn more, Shamokin Historical page on YouTube or Facebook.